The Yakuza Mafia. Welcome to our comprehensive exploration of the Yakuza, Japan's infamous organized crime syndicate. The Yakuza, often shrouded in mystery and misunderstood, are an integral part of Japan's history and contemporary society. In this video, we delve deep into the origins, structure, operations, and cultural impact of the Yakuza. We aim to provide a detailed understanding of this enigmatic organization, dispelling myths and uncovering truths along the way. Origins of the Yakuza. Historical background. The origins of the Yakuza date back to the Edo period, 1603–1868. The term Yakuza is believed to have come from a card game called oicho-kabu, where the worst hand, an 893, Yakuza, became synonymous with something useless or worthless. The Yakuza emerged from two distinct groups: the tekiya, who were peddlers and market operators, and the Bakuto, who were gamblers. Both groups were often marginalized and engaged in criminal activities to survive, eventually forming organized groups for mutual protection and influence. The tekiya and Bakuto. The tekiya specialized in street vending and often operated in illegal markets. They formed structured groups to protect their interests, establish territories, and maintain order within their ranks. The Bakuto, on the other hand, were gamblers who ran illegal gambling dens. They were known for their strict codes of conduct and hierarchical structures, which laid the foundation for modern Yakuza organizations. The Bakuto's influence is still evident today, as gambling remains a significant part of Yakuza operations. In the early days, Yakuza activities were relatively small-scale and localized. They provided protection to local businesses, offered loans, and controlled gambling operations. The Yakuza also positioned themselves as defenders of the common people, often intervening in disputes and maintaining order in the absence of formal law enforcement. This dual role as both protectors and criminals helped them gain a foothold in society and expand their structure and hierarchy. The Yakuza are known for their rigid hierarchical structure, which is often compared to that of a traditional family. At the top is the Oyabun, father figure, who oversees the entire organization. Below the Oyabun are various levels of subordinates, including the Wakagashira, deputy boss, Shategashira, lieutenants, and Kobun, soldiers or foot soldiers. This hierarchical system ensures strict discipline and loyalty within the organization. Codes of conduct. Yakuza members adhere to a strict code of conduct known as Ninkyo, which emphasizes loyalty, honor, and duty. The code dictates their behavior, both within the organization and in their interactions with outsiders. Key elements of the code include absolute loyalty to the Oyabun, willingness to sacrifice for the group, and adherence to traditional values and rituals. Violations of the code are met with severe punishments, including expulsion or physical retribution. Rituals and symbols. The Yakuza are known for their elaborate rituals and distinctive symbols. One of the most recognizable symbols is the full-body tattoo, or irizumi, which covers the torso and often extends to the limbs. These tattoos are not only a mark of membership, but also serve as a form of identification and intimidation. Yakuza members also participate in initiation ceremonies, where new recruits pledge their loyalty to the Oyabun through rituals such as the Sakazuki, sake-sharing ceremony. Expansion and influence. Post-war growth. The end of World War II marked a significant turning point for the Yakuza. The chaos and economic turmoil of post-war Japan provided fertile ground for the Yakuza to expand their operations. They capitalized on the black market, smuggling goods, and providing essential services that the government struggled to offer. This period also saw the rise of powerful Yakuza bosses who consolidated smaller gangs into larger, more influential organizations. Economic activities. The Yakuza's economic activities are diverse and far-reaching. They control a wide range of businesses, both legal and illegal, including real estate, construction, entertainment, and finance. They are also involved in drug trafficking, human trafficking, and arms smuggling. Despite their criminal activities, the Yakuza often present themselves as legitimate businessmen, using their financial power to influence politics, media, and law enforcement. Political connections. The Yakuza's influence extends into the political realm, where they have historically maintained connections with politicians and government officials. These connections allow them to secure contracts, avoid legal scrutiny, and exert control over certain aspects of society. The relationship between the Yakuza and politics is complex and often shrouded in secrecy, but it highlights the pervasive influence of the organization. Cultural impact. Media and popular culture. The Yakuza have left an indelible mark on Japanese popular culture. They are often depicted in films, television shows, and literature, where they are portrayed as both ruthless criminals and honorable anti-heroes. These portrayals have contributed to the mystique surrounding the Yakuza, making them a subject of fascination both in Japan and abroad. Popular media often romanticizes their code of honor and loyalty, blurring the line between reality and fiction. Traditional values. Despite their criminal activities, the Yakuza maintain a strong connection to traditional Japanese values. They emphasize concepts such as loyalty, honor, and duty, which resonate with broader cultural ideals. This connection to tradition helps the Yakuza position themselves as protectors of the community and defenders of cultural heritage, even as they engage in illegal activities. The perception of the Yakuza in Japanese society is complex and multifaceted. While they are often viewed as criminals, there is also a degree of respect and fear associated with their presence. Some view them as necessary evils who maintain order and provide services that the government cannot. Others see them as dangerous elements that undermine the rule of law and perpetuate violence. This ambivalent perception reflects the Yakuza's dual role as both protectors and predators. Power struggles. The Yakuza are not a monolithic organization, but rather a collection of various groups and factions. Power struggles and rivalries are common, as different factions vie for control and influence. These internal conflicts can lead to violent confrontations, both within and between different Yakuza groups. Understanding these dynamics is crucial to grasping the complex nature of the organization. Punishments and discipline. Discipline within the Yakuza is enforced through a strict system of punishments. Violations of the code of conduct or disobedience to superiors can result in severe consequences, including physical retribution or expulsion from the group. One of the most infamous forms of punishment is the practice of yubitsume, or finger amputation, where a member is required to cut off a portion of their finger as a form of atonement. Loyalty and betrayal. Loyalty is a cornerstone of Yakuza culture, and betrayal is considered one of the gravest offenses. The bonds between members are often likened to those of a family, with the oyabun serving as the patriarch. However, betrayal and internal strife are not uncommon, leading to complex dynamics and shifting alliances within the organization. These elements contribute to the Yakuza's ability to adapt and survive in a constantly changing environment. Modern Yakuza operations. In recent years, the Yakuza have faced new challenges as law enforcement agencies have intensified their efforts to curb organized crime. In response, the Yakuza have adapted by diversifying their operations and adopting more covert methods. They have increasingly moved into cybercrime, online fraud, and other digital activities to evade detection and maintain their influence. The Japanese government has implemented a series of laws and regulations aimed at dismantling the Yakuza. These measures include anti-organized crime legislation, stricter financial regulations, and enhanced law enforcement cooperation. While these efforts have made it more difficult for the Yakuza to operate openly, they have also pushed the organization to become more sophisticated and elusive. Global expansion. The Yakuza's influence is not limited to Japan. They have established connections and operations in various countries around the world. They engage in international trafficking of drugs, weapons, and human beings, leveraging their global networks to expand their reach. This transnational aspect of the Yakuza underscores the complexity and far-reaching impact of their activities. Efforts to combat the Yakuza. Law enforcement strategies. Combating the Yakuza requires a multifaceted approach, involving both national and international law enforcement agencies. Efforts include undercover operations, intelligence gathering, and coordination with foreign governments to disrupt Yakuza networks. High-profile arrests and prosecutions are also essential in dismantling the organization and sending a clear message of zero tolerance for organized crime. Community initiatives play a crucial role in combating the Yakuza. These efforts focus on education, awareness, and support for individuals at risk of being recruited by the Yakuza. Programs that provide alternative employment opportunities, counseling, and rehabilitation for former members are vital in breaking the cycle of crime and offering paths to a better future. International cooperation. International cooperation is essential in addressing the global aspects of Yakuza operations. Countries must work together to share intelligence, enforce anti-trafficking laws, and disrupt financial networks used by the Yakuza. Collaborative efforts between governments, international organizations, and law enforcement agencies are crucial in tackling the transnational threat posed by the Yakuza. The future of the Yakuza. The Yakuza face numerous challenges in the coming years, including increased law enforcement pressure, changing societal attitudes, and the rise of digital technologies. These factors will force the Yakuza to continually adapt and evolve if they are to survive. Understanding these challenges provides insight into the future trajectory of the organization. While the Yakuza have historically been resistant to change, there is potential for reform within the organization. Some members have expressed a desire to leave behind their criminal activities and seek legitimate means of livelihood. Encouraging and supporting these efforts can contribute to the gradual erosion of the Yakuza's power and influence. Societal impact. The impact of the Yakuza on Japanese society is profound and multifaceted. Their presence affects various aspects of daily life, from business and politics to culture and social norms. Addressing the issue of organized crime requires a holistic approach that considers the broader societal context and aims to build a more just and equitable society. Conclusion. The Yakuza are a complex and multifaceted organization with deep roots in Japanese history and culture. Understanding their origins, structure, operations, and impact is essential for addressing the challenges they pose to society. While they are often romanticized in popular culture, the reality of their activities underscores the need for continued vigilance and concerted efforts to combat organized crime. As we look to the future, it is crucial to remain committed to the principles of justice and equality, working together to build a safer and more prosperous world for all. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of the Yakuza. Together, we can uncover the mysteries of the world and shed light on the hidden corners of society. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth explorations of fascinating topics. Feel free to leave a comment below.